What's up, everybody in the VC? Craig here to shoot my entry into Vinylonvideo, aka Travis' 100 subscribers contest. So, first things first, VC cheer. Now, for all of you who don't know who Travis is, get on over to his channel, Vinylonvideo. Subscribe right away. You will not regret it. The dude has got a killer collection. Great, how do I put it? He talks really well in his videos. Like, he's very informative, knowledgeable, and just a killer guy. I've only been aware of him very recently, and I had to jump right in on this contest. I mean, I subscribed right away. I was totally enthralled. Been trying to watch as many videos as I can of his. You will be wanting to do the same. Love this guy. So, first of all, congratulations. I know Brandon said you're up to like 160 now, so by the time you finish this contest, you'll be at least at 200. So, very awesome, dude. Congratulations again. What's in the background? Crimes of Passion by Pat Benatar. Great album. I don't care how many people own it, how mainstream it is, whatever. That's a fucking killer album. So, there you go. His whole premise behind the contest, show your favorite double albums. So I picked out a handful of studio and live albums. I kind of divided it into two camps. So there's a lot of live albums, especially 70s live albums that were double albums that I love. Obviously there's a lot of double albums that are classics. I mean, you get the White Album, you get The Wall. The list is endless, and it crosses all genres. So I kind of picked out some of my favorites. I could have made a 20-minute long video just on one, on live albums alone, and that's without talking, just showing them one after the other. But kind of narrowed it down to a few that I didn't know if they'd actually be shown more than once, or other ones that just kind of like, okay, I know this one's gonna get mentioned in like 30 videos, so I'll be 31. So we'll start off with the studio ones first. Let's see here. Alright, one that I know everybody's probably going to show. Like I said, I'll be 31. Exile on Main Street by the Rolling Stones. Now, a lot of us, we already know this album. We all know how good it is. I didn't really become too aware of this album. I knew this album and had it on cassette for a while when I was a kid. And then got it on CD and then vinyl in the last few years, and really it was once the documentary came out in 2010 that I really started to like get more into the album. There were songs on it that I liked, and I was like, okay, yeah, kind of, it wavers in spots. But for me, as I got more into other styles and developed a better ear, I really understood the whole concept behind it, and why it's so hodgepodge. And in my opinion, some of the best Stones work that I think there ever has been and ever will be. It covers everything. It encompasses everything that we all know and love about the Stones. So why not? The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway by Genesis. Personally, my favorite concept album, and one of my favorites from the 70s Prague era, and my personal favorite from the Gabriel era Genesis. Very good. Highly recommend it. Always recommended it, always will. Great album. Another great, London Calling by The Clash. We all know this album. Great double album. Their peak, if you will. They built up to it with a self-titled, Give 'Em Enough Rope, and then afterwards kind of went in different directions with Sandinista and Combat Rock. Cut the Crap really doesn't count, so that's not a full Clash album. Still good though, but London Calling, essential to any collection. If you don't have it, you need to get it. Great album. Freak Out by the Mothers of Invention. This album, not only a groundbreaking classic album, but also our introduction to the man, Frank Zappa. Very good. And one that when I think of Exile on Main Street, I kind of think of this album too. The River by Bruce Springsteen. Definitely different kind of Bruce styles on here, to a degree. Kind of just a collection of tunes, you know? Like, I know a lot of these have kind of been circulating around since, like, you know, Darkness on the Edge of Town and stuff like that. And this is just a great studio album. And I think it sometimes gets overlooked in his catalog, you know? You think of Born to Run, and then you kind of, you know, Darkness on the Edge of Town, people, you know, go back and forth with, and then The River just kind of gets forgotten about. I don't know why. I think it does, but then it doesn't. You know, I think a lot of people just kind of, they bypass it. They kind of go from Born to Run to Born in the USA, especially forgetting about Nebraska, how classic album that is. But this isn't about that album. This is about double albums. So, let's get into the live ones. I've got 4 here. Like I said, I've got a ton of favorite double live albums. And there's Kiss Alive, Golden Earring Live, both Bob Seger live albums, Slayer's live, Decade of Aggression. List is endless. And you can get into triple disc sets, box sets, all this shit. Let's just save it for the, you know, couple here that I've got in the pile. Oh man. Live in the City of Light by Simple Minds. This is one that I just got into within the last few months. I've always been a fan of Simple Minds, but I started getting into their catalog and really delving in within the last year and a half. And this one I had never seen before. Kind of went ahead, downloaded it, and then immediately had to have the album somehow. So I got very lucky in being able to find a copy. And this essential, great 80s live album, classic. You want to know more about it? Talk to LJ. He'll sell you on that all day. It's one of his favorites. Rush, All the World's a Stage. Now I could have picked anything out of this collection for live albums to show, but I picked this one. Why? Because it's fucking amazing. I mean, I hadn't listened to it in probably a good year or so, and I got it on cassette last week and was playing it, just kind of, you know, obviously listen to the cassette, make sure, you know, played through and everything, and I forgot how fucking great this is. Well recorded, Rush in their early prime. I mean, you've got just, you know, right off of 2112 and how big that was getting, and this is, you know, obviously pre all the, you know, big Rush, you know, with Tom Sawyer and moving into the 80s and everything else. Not saying Rush ever faltered. In my opinion, Rush has always been Rush. They've never sold out, in my opinion. But that album right there, that's a young band, still starving for, you know, greatness, even though they were killer at that point, but still, like, we got more work to do. Great album. Great. Strangers in the Night by UFO. This one, you know, thank you to Guitar Magazine, because this album I saw it get talked about a lot by a lot of my favorite guitar players, and whoo, man, I had no idea how great this album was. Thank God I got into it at a very impressionable age. I think I was about maybe 11 or 12 when I got my first copy of this, and fuck, what a great album. 70s hard rock, you know, at its finest, in my opinion. Such a great album. And it's not so well known that it can get overrated. It's still kind of a little underground at times. Not everybody thinks of it. But the people that are into that album know how essential it is, know how great it is. I put it right up there. Well, actually, I think it's better than, but put it neck and neck since they are kind of like brother-sister bands. Put it right there with Tokyo Tapes by Scorpions. Oh yeah. I chose that one over Tokyo Tapes. I almost pulled out that one. And last one I'm going to show, Live Rust by Neil Young and Crazy Horse. This one, with the accompanying Rust Never Sleeps film, essential. Everybody had a live album in the 70s. I think even my own mother made her own live album, and she never played an instrument, which shows how many people had live albums. This one is definitely an essential one. Very, very good. Well recorded, well documented on the film, and some of the best song choices I've heard on a live album. I mean, and the way it sort of flows when you start off with the acoustic solo Neil, and then you start working into, you know, when he brings in, you know, Crazy Horse, and I mean, ending with Tonight's the Night live version is fucking sick on this album. Sick. So there you have it. There is my entry into the Vinyl on Video 100 subscribers contest. Yeah. So once again, Travis, congratulations, dude. You rule. Good luck to everybody who enters. Quick side note, make sure you send your pictures into recordshelves@yahoo.com. Punk Texas is working really hard to get this VC yearbook going. So I believe you have until February 14th. So let me get off of here, take my pictures, and send those in. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers, new and old. And hope everybody is staying warm. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.